Morning, Dusty.
Hey.
Understanding it's only been 10 hours. You have any further clarity on Gurriel, kind of what happened and kind of how he's doing this morning?
Nope, I haven't talked to the trainers, and I have no news. So I'll wait till I see him on the plane.
We'll go to Christy.
Hey, Dusty. I know in the past you've talked so much about your father and what he meant to your life and career, and how he was with you in San Francisco when you came up short in the World Series. And I just wondered, now that you're one win away from finally winning that title as a manager, have you thought about him and kind of just your feelings overall about the situation you're in?
Oh, yeah. I don't think about the situation I'm in. Just, taking a day of rest, because you think about something all the time and drive you crazy. So you just got to take a day off, let it, comes in your mind and out and passing. And I think about my dad every day. I think about my dad, think about my mom. And, a couple of days ago, it was All Souls Day. And I think about all the guys that I played with and grew up with and, that influenced my life. And, you think about the souls that, All Souls Day is about the angels that are protecting you, and I believe in that. So, today's a big day, and the other day was a very heavy day.
Okay, we'll go to Allison.
Good morning, Dusty.
Hi.
I want to ask you about momentum. We hear that phrase used a lot, and it seems like if any World Series could kind of squash that theory that there's such thing as momentum in baseball, it might be this one. Over your career, I'm sure you've been asked about momentum a lot. I mean, do you kind of believe in that, or do you sort of see every day as a new day? And how do you see momentum?
Well, I believe in that, but I believe that momentum shifts from day to day. And if you have a strong mind, you can handle the shift. But if you're not strong mentally, then you'll carry yesterday into today, especially if it was negative. So I just urge my guys, if it was negative, if you had negative results, leave it back there. And if you have positive results, take it with you and try to pretend that it really is momentum. But the momentum goes daily, and I think most of the momentum is carried by the pitcher. If a guy's dealing, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, or it doesn't matter what you're going to do tomorrow.
Okay, we'll go to Mark Berman.
Hey, Dusty, how are you?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Okay. It may be too early, but do you have any idea yet who's available for you tomorrow out of your bullpen?
Oh, I don't know, man. I haven't even thought about it. I mean, I would think everybody's available, really, because we had a day off today, and that's one reason. Like I said, I didn't try to burn my bullpen up in that Lance McCullers game, so that they'd be available for 2 days in a row, and then off day, and then available for 2 days in a row again. I haven't talked to Presley yet. He's the guy that I'm most worried about, probably him and Montero, because we've been riding them kind of hard. But, hey, man, we got potentially two games left, and maybe even one. So, we gotta do what we can to ice this thing. You can, like they told us when we were playing, hey, man, you got all winter to rest. But you certainly don't want to hurt anybody or take a chance at hurting somebody.
Mark Sheldon.
Hey, good morning, Dusty.
Hey, man.
Obviously, you know him really well, but what is it about Valdez that you think makes him the perfect guy for Game 6 and the situation of trying to close out a World Series?
Well, I don't know. This is his turn, number one, and he's on normal days rest. And, this guy, he's been a big game guy for us since he first got to this, this league. And that's kind of rare for a guy to have been in that position so many times at this point in his career. And Framber, he pitched well against him last time. He pitches well home and road, but especially at home. And, hey, man, why not?
We'll go back to Chandler.
Dusty, you envision sticking with David Hensley at DH?
I don't know, man. I mean, depends on Yuli's health. I mean, nobody's really tore it up at DH, so I just got to figure out who's pitching for them first and what the matchup is. I mean, it'd be a whole lot easier if I had a Bryce Harper type DH, but I don't. So I just got to go with my feelings, and so far, no one's really stood up.
I'll go to Kim.
Hey, good morning, Dusty.
Hey.
You talked a little bit earlier about mindset. Can you just talk about the fact that your team's mindset and how it's whatever the nudge is or the extra boost you've needed has come from different places, and the beauty of having that benefit on your team?
Right. Well, hey, man, I mean, you look over here and it's not there, but then you look on the other side and it pops up over there. I mean, you got to have somebody, come forward and step up. And, it's not that easy. I mean, they got scouting reports. They have the same things, that we have, trying to combat a guy's strengths and weaknesses. It just feels good to win. I mean, it doesn't matter who does the job, just that, somebody does. I mean, do we wish we could do it better? Yeah, certainly. But the main thing is we're one win away from a championship, and it really doesn't matter who does the job.
Christy.
Dusty, I know you've been in a lot of big games and great atmospheres over your career. I wonder what you expect from the crowd tomorrow night and what the atmosphere will be like for you guys when you come home.
Well, I talked to some people. They told me the whole town erupted last night. They probably erupted when McCormick made that catch, because we erupted in the dugout. So yeah, I'm not worried about the crowd. I mean, this is going to be a great crowd. They're for us. Town's for us. Tickets at a premium, because all of a sudden now everybody wants tickets. We could probably hold a couple 100,000 if we had room. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting, and we're kind of operating on fumes. I'm glad we had a day off today and didn't try the 5 days in a row. So we'll be coming home this afternoon, have a good meal, and get ready to play tomorrow.
Allison.
Justin Verlander obviously got a big monkey off his back last night when he got his first World Series win. I know that topic has been a big one, and also you getting your first World Series ring. So now that you're sort of on the cusp of it, is it more intense thinking as that could approach, and also just not being under contract for next year? Are these two things, have they entered your mind at all? As close as you get to the end of the season?
Well, not really. I mean, you can't worry about things that are out of your control, really. The only thing that's in your control is today. And that's not even in your control sometimes. So, no, I haven't thought about it. I mean, it's going to take care of itself. It always has. And all I know is that worry doesn't do any good at all. Worry just stops you from getting sleep. And there's an old saying that don't worry, because worries about itself. And, worry does no good at all. So I've just learned over a period of time that, hey, you just live your life, try to do the right thing, seize the moment, and enjoy as much as you can. I mean, enjoy this ride. And then when the game time comes, but I always thought, hey, when I'm supposed to win, I'm going to win. And then when I'm supposed to sign a contract, I'll sign a contract. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go out there and enjoy what I've been doing for a long time.
Chandler Rome.
Dusty, you may have addressed this last night and I just missed it, but how much of keeping
Were you
Chad,
there? Were you there last night?
I was there. I just wasn't in the interview room. I was in the clubhouse. So
I got a question for you. How come you're never in the interview room when we win?
Because they transcribe the interviews no matter what, so I can get whoever I need.
Okay, go ahead.
But how much of keeping Chaz in center last night was because you didn't want Jordan's bat out of the game in a one-run game, and how much of it was you were already down a guy on your bench because Yuli got hurt?
No, it was all because I didn't want Jordan's bat out of the game. I mean, that was simply it. When if we'd have played extra innings, let me see, who made the last out in the top of the ninth? Do you remember?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I'm trying to remember myself because Jordan's spot, I think, was about to come up in the ninth, and it is come. Yeah, that's what it was. Out two-way double play, and Jordan's spot would have come up had they tied it up in the 10th. And so, I mean, there's no way I could have taken Jordan out of the game.
He'll go to Jose Rodriguez.
Thank you, Dusty. There are some things that are bigger than baseball, and that's the case for Mauricio Dubon. He's representing his country.
Who?
It's usually a soccer country.
Yeah.
It's usually a soccer country.
Yeah.
But in the last few weeks, it's a baseball country. They have been waiting for 8th inning, 9th inning for him to come on. How do you think he has taken that responsibility? And can you talk a little bit about him, what you have seen from him this year? Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he told me that because I talk about his country with him all the time. And, he came to Sacramento at a young age. Like I met him. Yeah, he went to my baseball school, and then I asked him, what has he done in his country? Because everywhere I go, if I meet somebody from Honduras, they mention Dubon. And Ralph Gar, my best friend, had a friend from Honduras. He wanted a Dubon ball, which I gave him a couple days ago. And Dubon talks about forming clinics in his home country. Sending money, doing things, helping to build things. He's doing a lot for his country, and his country, should be proud of him, and he's proud to be from Honduras, and I'm glad to have him on the team. And some of his homeboys asked me, when's he gonna get at bat? I'd like to get him in a bat, but I like having him on the team because he can do a lot of things. I call him my Swiss Army knife. So I think he's going to be a good player, very good player.
He'll go to Daniel Gotera.
Hey, Dusty. Nothing in the last couple of days probably surprised you, but what impressed you the most about your squad, and especially after Game 3, to come back, the resiliency that they do? They've done it all year. But what if you look at this squad right now, especially those last 2 games, what impressed you the most?
I don't know, just the fact that, we won on the road, and, how we, continue to play well on the road. Because if you're going to win, this thing, you got to win on the road, and you got to win getaway days. I mean, this is what we've prided ourselves with, winning that rubber match. This was a rubber match. This was a getaway day similar to, the season. And we were one of the best around at that. And that's what I was, most proud of, squelling the, the crowd noise, some of the hostility, and just, just overall just play baseball. And, that's what I love about this team.
All right, we only got time for 2 more. We'll go to Christy.
Hey, Dusty, I wondered, when you get to a closeout game, is there a different message you give to your players, or is there different things that you focus on than you would in just any other game?
Well, I don't know. I don't really have a bunch of meetings or give a bunch of messages. I sort of feel out the mood and the atmosphere. And then I go around and talk to guys individually, or if I see something, or I'll say, hey, man, go over and talk to this guy, or assign guys, different duties, So, no, I'm not going to do anything different. Just go out there. Like I'm telling you, if we just go out there and just play baseball, we'll take care of ourselves. I mean, it's not like football where you got to give some rah-rah every Sunday. because after a while you run out of rah-rahs to talk about. And so, this is a game where you ups and downs. You got to deal with the try to stay as consistent as you can, and just I can't say it enough. Just play baseball. That's all I ask. And if we just play baseball, we'll win.
Okay, and last question for Dusty this morning, Kim Davis.
Hey, Dusty, I know that the first order of business was for you guys to win and to win it all. But can you talk about just the quality of these games as also being a fan of the sport, being a part of the kinds of games that you guys have played this postseason, but especially in the World Series?
Well, the quality's been good. To me, not great. Because both sides had opportunities to win that game or win these games. Multiple times. We had runners on third base, less than 2 outs. We had to. I thought it was going to be a big offensive game, which it still might be in games. Coming up. And but the pitching's been good sometimes. The defense has been good most of the time. I think one of the keys in this on both sides, has been the defense. So it's been exciting. Everybody I've talked to, they're nervous. My wife said her blood pressure went up. Everybody I talked to, having a good time watching that. And I think it's good for baseball. And so I'm excited to get back to Houston.
All right, Dusty, thank you for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right,
Dusty.
man.
Thanks, everybody.
Hey, man, it is the morning,
That's right. All right, Dusty.
Can you tell?
Thanks, Dusty.
Thank you.
All right.